what you've done. I've followed your progress through the collies, and then obviously a good performance yesterday against Sean. But that must really delight you to be a player of Mohamed Abbas's caliber and in the style that you did it.
Yeah, you know, Mohamed's some guy that I look up to a lot, and he's given me some great advice. Just when I was starting out, kind of I feel like I followed him all over tournaments and just seeing what he's done, just because he's been there and done it. So. Yeah, I don't really know what happened out there. I just kind of, if I had an opening, I went for it. Just kind of what I've been practicing with my coach, John White, just less thinking and just more doing, I guess. But yeah, I think it's a lot different than when you saw me play when I was 13. You know, I remember Neil saying, you got to hit the ball with some, it's got to sound like this every time. So I think I still have your note sheet from when I was 14. So, you know, it's a long time coming, but yeah, it's good. I mean, he's such a classy opponent, and yeah, I'm just happy to get off 3-love, because even when he looked like he was down and out, then he got to 9-4. With his hands, you don't know what's going to happen.
Hey, did you get a bit nervous in the middle of the second game? You were counting the errors.
Yeah.
I commented to one of my friends, that's what an Ivy League school education does, so you're able to count.
Yeah. Well, I'm lucky I'm able to count to 4. I'm a history major, so we don't do much math. But yeah, I kind of like to think out loud, and maybe if I look back at someone, they just tell me to kind of tighten it up, you know, and yeah, I think my game is just, I do take a lot of risks sometimes, but if I can keep the air count down, and I feel like I can stay in it with pretty much anyone. So, you know, I've had a good training, good recovery, I mean, from my hamstring. My trainer's done a great job with that, and, you know, I feel like I'm back to 100%, and I've lost some weight as well, so that always helps. And Christmas weight, but yeah, I'm just happy really to be in the semifinals.
I should say you must be very, very pleased with your form coming off the back of the injury, because it's always difficult. You don't know how you're going to feel and how you're going to play. But you know, you mustn't fear anyone now, I would think, at this stage in the tournament.
I don't know. You know, as you know, it's all about match play, and you know, in 4 months with a bad hamstring, you're not really pushing yourself at 100%, and you know, and match fitness is huge at this level, and everyone you play is ready and is a top athlete. Yeah, so I think, you know, January I struggled, but I was just getting those matches back and getting into form, and yeah, I don't know, I guess it's just more self-belief now than I've had in the past, and just not being as negative, just being more positive, and knowing that if I play well, I can hang in with anyone, and that's what I'll try to do tomorrow. So yeah.
I like the conversation we had earlier for the squash fans who've just come in. We were talking about America as a squash nation beginning to grow up and have lots and lots of players come through. And Gilly, along with Chris Gordon and Julian Ealingsworth, they've all been to college. And they decided at the end of college to now turn professional. So they've actually had those 4 years kind of in the wilderness, which is tough to make up. But the interesting point that he made was a lot of the Americans only give it a year after college, and if they don't make it, you know, into the top 50, into the top 40, then it's kind of good night, sweetheart. But that's not the case with you, is it? I think you're in this for the long haul, and
yeah, I just admire the people that I've watched. I went to TOC from 13 onwards, and you watch those guys, and you know, I get to tell people that well, when people ask me what my dream job is, I'm doing it right now. Like, and I don't, you know, plan on changing, and I just want to reach my potential. And if that means I'm 40 and I reach my potential, I guess that's what it's got to be. But I'm a pretty competitive person, so I definitely won't go out on a low point. I'll try to always get to that point. So it's just. You know, basically, like I said, clinging on to players like LJ and watching what they do on a daily basis, and Cameron Philly, and those are the guys I look up to, and you try to aspire to be like them. And I know how hard they push, and how hard they work, and how humble they are, and that's such a good thing to have for a young player that's starting. So I'm in it for the long haul.
Well, I know you've won the crowd over there. Really enjoyed watching you play this week.